With a load of huge announcements coming this month, it's proving very hard to keep things under wraps in the gaming industry, but at least Activision is responding to this latest round of Call of Duty leaks with a sense of humor.
And we finally got some exciting new info about Nintendo's next-gen console. We're going to talk about all this stuff and a whole bunch more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another huge episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest things happening in the video game industry. You can check us out on Fruit Lab, YouTube, podcast services, everywhere. I'm your host, E-Rock the Red, joined every single week by this guy right here, Full Clip. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
What's up? We got some pretty big news stuffed into this one.
Yeah, some exciting stuff, which is, it's good. You know, it's just, usually the summer is kind of where there's a little bit of a lull, but no, It's not stopping the leakers. It's not, they're just showering all over us, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just leaking all over us.
Yes.
Just like we like it.
All of their gold.
All of the gold getting showered upon us. How are you?
Doing pretty good, yeah.
What have you been up to?
I got into a new game for me, at least this week.
I like this.
Cave
2 in
Story.
a row.
Yeah.
It was 2. Last week was a new game. This week a new game. This is a new Full Clip. This just means like you've gotten all the the skins in Call of Duty, right?
That's exactly what that means. I did unlock Orion, I guess was the final one this time. And rather than actually go back and play the game so that I can show off the cool skin in the game, I'm just kind of taking a break for now. I'll go back to that later, though.
All right, so tell me what you played.
So this was Cave Story. I guess Cave Story Plus is this edition of it.
Okay, what is Cave Story? Tell me about it.
So, well, on their Steam description, or I guess Epic Game Store description, they say that it's the most well-known indie game of all time, but I don't know about that. That's a bold claim.
It is pretty bold.
Yeah, it's like an older style pixel art side scroller. You start off in a cave. You start getting better and better weapons. In a lot of senses, it's kind of like a simple older style game like that. There's not a lot of frills to it, but it is very well done from the standpoint of like a 5 or 6 or 7-year-old game.
Gotcha. Is it like a base building type situation, or is it just a progression? You're just moving forward in the levels, like a roguelike type of thing?
Pretty much just moving forward.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can sort of go back if you need. It's not completely linear.
Sure.
It's like you might be in a large area and you have like 4 different directions you can choose to go, but you're going to have to go all of those directions eventually to solve the puzzles and get all the keys you need.
Nice. Are you enjoying it?
So far, yeah. I don't get to play a lot of like, I don't know if I'd say arcadey, but older style like that. This could have been a game for the Super Nintendo, and I don't usually get to sit down with a controller and play those very often.
Gotcha. Very cool. Speaking of arcadey, as one of my games I've been playing this week, the new month, new Humble Choice, the Humble Bundle Choice games for Steam came out. One of the ones included in that was Arcade Paradise, a game that I've been wanting to play for a long time. So I started it yesterday, and right now it's a little. So basically, it's like you start off running a laundromat, and you just gotta like clean up and do laundry and earn money. And with that money, you could start buying arcade cabinets for the small room that you have in the back of the thing. And then if you find time, you can then play the arcade cabinets. You start off with like 4, and one of them is like a match 3 style game. One of them is like a GTA meets Pac-Man, which is really enjoyable. There's like a foosball type game. It's one other one I have. Oh, it's a game. It's like you have to stack boxes, and I have no idea how that one works. But anyways, so yeah, you earn money by doing laundry, by cleaning up, and it's very much like a lot of people don't like these games where you're doing chores and stuff like that, but you're talking to the house flipper, power washer.
Unboxing.
Yeah, dude, I love this stuff. So I'm out there, I'm scraping gum off of the bottom of
Wow.
the things, and I'm earning money, and I'm buying new arcade cabinets. And from what I've read, the more you play and the more money you earn, you can start kind of leaving the laundry and stuff go by the wayside and just play the arcade games and stuff like that. And there's a ton of them. And then there's even DLC where you could buy individual cabinets. I haven't even looked into that yet because, I'm just scratching the surface. But yeah, I played that a little bit yesterday, and I've been itching to go back into it. And then another one that I started, and this was more like my wife really pushing me, The Expanse Telltale game. So I ended up getting a copy of that, and it's episodic. So it's the first chapter came out, and so we played that yesterday. She was like, let's play this game. I'm like, fine, all right, let's do it. And she did the whole thing, and I just watched. So it's just, I know you don't like these games where you're just it's like a choose your own adventure.
Oh, yeah.
There's very, very little action, way less action in this one than I've seen in previous Telltale games, even. But the story, dude, I mean, for fans of Expanse, they're going to love it. If you're not a fan of The Expanse, I think you're still going to like it because the story is just so good right from the start, man. The exploration in the game is great. It's spooky. It's awesome. We played it for maybe about an hour and 15 and finished the first chapter. It wasn't very long. But there's different paths you could take, and see what you go back and play it and choose all different choices and see how that affects your gameplay. So, it's good, man. It wasn't nearly as buggy as the later versions of the Telltale games were when they were coming out. It looks great. It's still got that same cartoony style, the same look. But it's just like all the environments are really crisp and really gorgeous looking. Dude, I'm telling you, it's a fantastic re-entry into the world of video games for Telltale. It's really good. Yeah. Any fan of sci-fi, I think, would enjoy it. I mean, sci-fi stories. Obviously there's not much gameplay, so it's not like Mass Effect or something like that. You're not shooting and running around, but it's definitely a great story, so I recommend it.
So do these storylines tie into the canon of the show or sharing characters or something like that?
Yes. So it's a prequel to the show. So, yeah, it's got characters that you would recognize from the series that do make appearances. But it's a whole new story about one of the main characters from the series. Nice. So yeah, it's really cool the way they do that. Yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. I can't say enough good about it. I'm excited for the next chapter already. They're going to be released I think every 2 weeks. So a couple more weeks, I'm sure I'll be talking about The Expanse yet again. I think we've said enough about that stuff. Let's talk about this week's new releases. First up, Baldurs Gate 3 is finally out on PC. This came out August 3rd on PC. Came out of early access. Now, there's a PlayStation version coming out next month, I believe September 6th, and then an Xbox Series X and S version coming out sometime in the near future. They haven't released a date on those yet. But yeah, this has been in early access since October of 2020, and everybody I know is so excited to get in there and play this game. I feel I'm feeling the FOMO because I wasn't planning on getting it. So what it is, it's Larian Studios. It's their third part of this series. And what it is, it's based on the Dungeons & Dragons tabletop game. And it's got all the same classes and spells and races and stuff that are in Dungeons & Dragons. Now it's you could reenact them with your characters that you create in this game. You could play single. You can play with up to 3 other people, and you just go through. There's 12 classes, total of 46 subclasses, 11 races, and it's this huge, very meticulously crafted world where pretty much everything you can interact with. If it's flammable, you can light it on fire. If it's breakable, you can break it. If it's movable and you have the strength, you can move it. On top of that, like every person in the world has a voice. They all have speaking lines and they're all voice acted. And even the animals, if you choose a class that can speak to animals, the animals will talk to you.
Cool.
It's insane. This game scares me with how much they put into it. This is why, like, dude, I talk about it all the time. These huge games, like, give me anxiety. And I'm like, I can't play a 100-hour role-playing game where I could just go off and do anything. Like, it freaks me out, man. So, there's 174 hours of cinematics in this game.
Oh, God. Yeah, dude. I mean, but at the same time, it could be like one of those games that ends up being like the next Skyrim, where people will be playing it for the next decade.
It absolutely will, which is why I've decided, despite the FOMO and, my entire Steam friend list right now is all playing Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to wait. I got a game. The next game that we're going to talk about is the game that I'm going to put my time into, and I'm going to wait, and I'm just going to get a sale price, and then ease myself into it. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I'll also be playing it on the Steam Deck, so I want to kind of wait and see. Like right now, everything I've heard about it playing on the Steam Deck, it plays good, but it's still running through a experimental build through Proton. So just want to let everybody else iron out all the bugs and stuff like that, and I'll jump in there. Is this something that you would think you would be drawn to ever?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I've been thinking for a long time, tabletop games seem pretty cool. I've never run through like a campaign with anybody before. Mainly, I got like 3 people I care to talk to outside of work, and getting 8 people in a room or even like digitally,
right? I
don't see it happening to do an actual tabletop game. So I've been waiting for like a Dungeons and Dragons video game that isn't just, like the one that they have video games out there, but it's like you might as well play World of Warcraft or something,
right?
Because it's nothing like the actual tabletop experience. This seems interesting. It seems like the translation of the tabletop game into the video game.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm hearing that it really is well done for fans of that D&D tabletop experience. Like, because the world and everything, like, you could really play it outside of the box. You could be clever, and what I'm also hearing that like you could have romantic relationships with a lot of different characters, and you could approach it as a very in a sexual way, to the point where you could even have sex with a bear if you were a druid. So
now I gotta get it.
Exactly. Yeah. This game, I'm excited. It's going to be great for content creators because of that. That ability to just kind of do whatever. It's not linear at all. So I think that'll be pretty cool. I'm excited to see what people are doing with this final version of it, since it's out of early access. So, but yeah, right now it's, it's 50, 60 bucks, I think. I don't know. It's a lot, dude.
That's cheap by today's standards for a new game.
It is true. But I'm pinching pennies over here, dude. Yeah. I got to save up for Wrestlequest. Came out August 8th on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, XS, and Nintendo Switch. Also, I did just read that it is going to be out on Netflix games. So if you're a subscriber to Netflix, you can play it right through there. This is a game I've been very much looking forward to for a long time. There have been some dates getting moved around, that sort of thing. It's a wrestling role-playing game. It's old school, like JRPG, with like the retro pixel graphics, turn-based game. But instead of it being like a fantasy game or anything like that, it's based in the world of wrestling. So when you beat an opponent and you get them down to 0 hit points, you still have to pin them. And if they kick out of the pin, they get all their hit points back, and then you got to do it all over again. It's such a cool. I played the demo, and I was excited about it before the demo. After the demo, I'm even more excited about it because it really is a love letter to wrestling in a role-playing game style. There's 40 hours of content. There's a ton of side quests. As you unlock, like, some of the legendary wrestlers that are in there, like Andre the Giant and Sergeant Slaughter, Jeff Jarrett, Jake the Snake, you unlock like these side quests, and you could, if you beat the side quests, you could call on these wrestlers to come in and like help you during your fights, like summon them basically. Like one of them is like you summon Andre the Giant. He comes in and he lifts the ring and like puts it on top of a person. It seems so cool. And then like there's boss battles, and for the boss battles, you have to like come out in like a wrestling like entrance way where there's like lights going off and your music, and you could taunt people, and it's just you cut a promo to get like extra bonus points going into the match. I'm excited.
Yeah,
it's everything I want in a game.
I remember when we were talking about like the new AEW game, people were giving them such a hard time about like being so unrealistic. This takes that unrealism and runs with it very, very purposely.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so, I mean, there are definitely fantasy elements to it. Like, Andre the Giant is a giant.
Yeah.
I saw in the trailer that one of the rings or locations or something is on the back of, like, 2 welded-together semi-trucks, like, going down the highway.
That's amazing.
So, it looks cool as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, all the stories have, like, wrestling, like, themes in the demo. There was like a cult that was buying up all the face paint so the wrestlers couldn't get face paint, so you had to go stop the cult. There's like hardcore wrestling factions and stuff like that, and yeah, it just seems very much right up my alley. And you know, that's a 40-hour game. It's a lot for me. So all my time will be devoted to Wrestlequest and then Baldurs Gate. And who's saying that? Wrestlequest first, Baldurs Gate 3 second. I think I'm the only one. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. And then before we move on, I just want to talk real fast about we got some big games coming up next week. I thought I just wanted to mention Atlas Fallen comes out on August 10th. Stray's going to Xbox on August 10th. Stray Gods, not to be confused. It's weird that they're both on the same day. That's that role-playing musical I'm really excited about. That also comes out August 10th. And then Moving Out 2 comes out August 15th. So some exciting games in the near future as well.
Yeah, Stray is from our perspective. Stray Gods is the same game from the cat's perspective.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's also a musical.
Yeah.
All right, now the reason everybody's here, it's time for News of the Week. FC, it's finally happening. We're getting some information about a new Nintendo console, the next gen console, which from what I'm hearing is going to have like PlayStation 4, Xbox One style graphics, but hey, we'll take what we can get, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've never had a Nintendo console with this much power before, so we'll look forward to it.
Exactly right.
A fabulous LCD screen.
Yeah. So this comes from initially reported from Video Game Chronicle. They were talking about studios out there reporting that they have gotten dev kits for a new console in order to have things ready to go for a 2024 release. Now, what this new console is, like you said, a brand new LCD screen, and what that they're speculating that it's they're removing the OLED screen, going back to the LCD in order to bring the cost down because of the it's going to have like a high. They're thinking it's going to have a lot of memory. So cut down on that cost, offset the memory, put the LCD screen in there. But again, this is all rumors. None of this has been is really official. But yeah, what do you think?
It's definitely interesting. I mean, like you said, all rumors, so we really need to see what's going on. Maybe those LCD screens are just for these early development whatever you want to call it, development consoles. I hope so anyway, because I don't think they need to be taking steps back, even if it saves $50 off of the whatever the release cost is going to be. I think they should be moving forward, keep the OLED screen, and talk about, a few years down the line, better improvements than just from LCD to OLED again, like they did with the Switch.
Yeah. No,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the LCD screens on the the original Switch. It's all I've ever used, and I have no problem playing on it. But the OLED is pretty nice, but more importantly, better for battery life. And that's what a lot of these handheld consoles are handheld. I guess, would you call like the Steam Deck a console, or would you call the Asus, whatever you want to call them, the handhelds?
Yeah.
Yeah, battery life is a big thing, and OLED helps a lot.
Sure. Yes. So, like you said, yeah, it is going to be, they're going to continue the tradition of having it be a handheld console, much like the Switch, and it will also take physical games via cartridge slot. There were questions about backwards compatibility and support for the previous Switch games, the physical and digital, and there was nothing that was said about that. But I know previously, so let's see, this was back in June, Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa said regarding next-gen hardware that it hoped to provide a smooth transition from the Switch to a new platform. And as for the transition from the Nintendo Switch to the next-gen machine, we want to do as much as possible in order to smoothly transition our customers while utilizing the Nintendo account. So I don't know what that means as far as like maybe utilizing that account to be able to play your digital games on the next version. But yeah, nothing announced as far as like any physical backwards compatibility, which is going to be huge because what are they, 125 million consoles, Switches out there right now, you know, and if you're offering another handheld with an LCD screen, you're going to need to be able to play your old games. You know?
Yeah, especially like with a huge first-party game like Tears of the Kingdom that just came out. Right. And we're talking like a year later, the new console. I'm sure they're going to be happy to sell it to you again. You know, the new enhanced version or something.
And there's still a few big titles set to come out in 2024. So, yeah, again, either they're going to have the backwards compatibility figured out, or, they're going to have two different console versions. So, yeah, I mean, it was kind of, we've been expecting it. The sales of the Nintendo Switch have been steadily declining. So, yeah, it's about time. Hopefully we'll get some more information soon, some official information. But everything seems to be showing that this is going to be sometime in the second half of 2024, the release for this. So, keep it here.
Look forward to it in 2026 when you can actually get one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll have more news as it gets announced. But as far as like leaks go, we got more. We got more leaks, just dripping. And this is Call of Duty leaks, everybody's favorite type of leaks. And we're having fun with it. That's what I like about this. We're having fun with it, not taking it too seriously. So a couple weeks ago, there was an image and a logo that was leaked on Twitter showing like Captain Price, Sergeant Price, I don't know his rank, Corporal, on a Monster energy drink sign. So people were all excited about that. And Call of Duty, like they tweeted out, "Phew, Mondays, anyone have an energy drink they could spare?" And I was like, oh, they get it. They like this. And then just the other day, during some data mining, they found some key art. Again, it was that picture of Price and then like a skull with like snakes going through it. And then Call of Duty tweeted out also, "Joke's on you, real key art here." And they showed like a Microsoft Paint like version of a guy like with a hat on holding a gun. And it says, "We'll share our artistic abilities and even more next week." So hopefully next week, we'll get some more official announcements regarding Modern Warfare 3. What do you expect?
I don't know.
No?
I couldn't get like the image that got leaked before it was taken down. So I've not seen it. You know, Skull and Snake, Captain Price, I don't know. It'd be really weird if the game is Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 3, like a lot of people are trying to say. We've never had that back-to-back, and usually they're separated by 2 to 3 years.
Right.
Like, 2 in the same vein like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember if this year would have normally been a Black Ops year, but Snakes and Skulls gives me a Vietnam kind of feel. Yeah. And I would so totally be into a Vietnam-era Call of Duty, taking it back to like the original Black Ops 2, don't necessarily need it to be set with the Black Ops characters and in that world.
Yeah, that would be very cool. But unfortunately, it is just a continuation of the Modern Warfare game. They did officially show that. So, yeah, I don't know like how quickly it's going to continue. Did you play the campaign
in Modern Warfare
2? Yeah, on the new one? No. Yeah, so I don't know what it means picking up off of that. But they did. There is a list of weapons that were data mined and that are available. And I know some people are upset because it does continue that how they're the way they like segmented where you have to get, you know, shotguns and sniper rifles are in the same class. So to get the attachment for this shotgun, you have to like upgrade this, you know, like that thing is back. So through data mining, those are the two things that they have figured out. But on August 17th, that is supposedly the date that the game will be revealed, and it's going to be another event within Warzone that does the reveal. So you got to be in Warzone to be there to witness this all going down. So, yeah, get in there, dude. Get in the Warzone, and we'll talk about it more next week. Or no, a couple weeks. August 17th. And then just real quick, not to be outdone, EA released a little info on the next Battlefield series. They had the EA's earnings call for Q1 of 2024 was just recently, and they talked a little bit about Battlefield and said that the next Battlefield will be a reimagining of the franchise and that it will feature a connected ecosystem. So I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I feel like they've talked about that before, but I don't know exactly what came of it. Like they were talking about older Battlefield titles and newer Battlefield titles sort of existing in the same game.
Yeah, so there were rumors. So this is a GamerRant.com article, and they talk about the rumors that could explain the connected ecosystem, saying that there are 3 studios set to be working on the next Battlefield. EA DICE is focusing on the game's core multiplayer modes. Ripple Effect is believed to be working on a different multiplayer experience that could be a battle royale or extraction experience, and Ridgeline Games is working on a narrative experience. The connected ecosystem could tie these 3 different game products together, not unlike how Call of Duty ties together annual multiplayer releases in its Warzone battle royale. So could be just that, you know, just having it spread out so that each studio can, you know, really perfect it, so it's not another. We don't get another 2024 situation, or what it was that one 2042.
Yeah.
What year was it? Yeah, 2042 Battlefield. Did you ever play that one? No, we talked about it. You never did.
Yeah, we both played the
like the beta
early access.
Yeah, not for us. So yeah, it's happening. It's out there. You know, first person shooters. We're getting all the info. It's all, you know, it's all happening. Will you'll pick up the new Modern Warfare 3, you think?
Probably. I just got to see more about it. If it's on Game Pass, 100%, I'll jump in day one.
Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder what's going to happen to the new Activision games if they're going to be immediately available on Game Pass. So yeah, I'll be in there too if it's on Game Pass. Shit, nothing holding me back. Because I bought more Modern Warfare 2 and completely forgot that I owned it. Every time we talk about this, I'm like, man, I should go back in there. I've been kind of like missing it a little bit, and then I forget about it. So I should get back in there. And I think I say that every week too. You know what? I'm going to get back in there. Modern Warfare 2, here I come. And then I won't. Another thing revealed during this EA earnings call, they talked about Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It's going to be released on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So surprising. I'm surprised they didn't pop it on the Nintendo Switch, you know. Just hit it all. Put Netflix games, get it up on that shit.
iOS and Android.
Yeah. So they did say, CEO Andrew Wilson said during the call, Star Wars Jedi Survivor is pure blockbuster entertainment rooted in a timeless culture-defining IP. Our team at Respawn proudly launched this title to critical acclaim and commercial success. Millions of players have already engaged with the game, making this one of the biggest events in the Star Wars galaxy this year. Thanks to the strength of this legendary franchise and community demand, our development team has committed to bringing this Jedi experience to PS4 and Xbox One. Over the coming year, we will harness the community's passion and capitalize on key Star Wars franchise moments to drive continued engagement for this incredible game. So, yeah, it's coming to the last gen. Very exciting.
Yeah, is this something you would have expected to happen?
No, it's rare, but it's cool. You know, if they can do it, if they're not eager to jump into like whatever the next big thing is, and they could work on, you know, kind of scaling it back so that more people can play it, why not, right? You know?
Yeah, I would be interested to see like a side-by-side comparison once the new version for the older consoles is out. See just how they had to scale it down and if it's still a pretty good game after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hopefully it runs well and they can get it figured out, because it's that scaling down that really. Remember a little game called Cyberpunk when they tried to scale that down from their next gen to so yeah, hopefully they'll have it a little bit more figured out, because everybody loves Jedi Survivor. So I never played it. I played the one prior to that. And, you know, I'm just waiting for a sale. That's how I roll. Mm-hmm. Patient gamers. Hashtag patient gamers, baby. All right. And then it seems like just yesterday we were talking about new Game Pass games coming out to the Game Pass program. But we got another announcement. I guess it's a new month, right? A new month, new announcement. Maybe we were late on that last one. I don't know. But 5 new games coming out for the first half of August. We got Celeste, which is available right now. A Short Hike, also available right now. That one looked cute. I thought my son would like that one. Did you see that one? You just climb around and fly like a bird.
Yeah, it looked interesting.
It does. It looks cute and simple. Broforce Forever, out August 8th. You ever play Broforce?
I didn't, but this one looked unhinged.
Broforce is awesome. I have the this must be like, this is like the the full director's cut or whatever they called it. Where I guess it's got like all the DLC and everything like that. So I'm excited to see what this offers. But it's a fun game as far as just ridiculous like shooters. Limbo comes out August 9th. Another classic.
Absolutely. Always
amazing indie game. Yes. Airborne Kingdom comes out August 10th. An airborne city building and management game. Town Among the Clouds. And then Everspace 2 comes out August 15th. This is a single-player space shooter. So, yeah, some five games, some decent games. Nothing really blowing me away. No day one releases. It's very rare that we have one of these announcements where we're not talking about a brand new game coming to Game Pass,
Yeah. I think with Broforce, I think there is some DLC that's supposed to be brand new when it comes out.
Okay. That's why I never heard of this version of it. So that's that's cool. Yeah, very interesting. I'm excited to get back into Broforce. I had a blast doing it because it's got all the tropes of like action movie things are featured in it, and it's a lot of fun to play with you or a friend. So yeah, very cool. And then games leaving. Death Stranding is leaving PC Game Pass. Edge of Eternity, Midnight Fight Express, and Total War Warhammer 3 are leaving August 15th. So get in there, finish those games up before they leave Game Pass. And last up, Dead by Daylight is back at it again with another big teaser trailer. This one featuring Alien. Yes, the original Alien film. Got a little teaser showing the alien spaceship and then a xenomorph jumping out at you. So that's all we got. There's going to be another announcement on August 8th talking about what exactly this all is. You know, I'm assuming it's announcing Xenomorph as a, you know, one of the killers in the game. But yeah, we'll see. Are you a fan of the Alien franchise?
Haven't really watched most of it. Just familiar. I mean, it's iconic. Everybody knows a little bit about it if they haven't watched it.
Yeah, this is what I know about you. You don't like this genre of sci-fi. I figured that out because you've never.
Depends.
Well, I guess you've seen Starship Troopers. That's a classic. Yeah. What are some other sci-fi classics? Alien. That's all I know. Dune. You never saw Dune. You know about Dune?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
And that's kind of fantasy, sci-fi fantasy. So yeah, yeah. I don't know if this going to add more survivors. If we're going to have like you know, Sigourney Weaver up in there as Ripley or something. But yeah, all our answers will be revealed very shortly. So we'll talk about. I'm sure we'll probably talk about it briefly in next week's Gaming News Weekly. So that's all I got. You got anything else?
Let's do a quick shout out for Twisted Metal because as I was telling you before the show, I know you're watching it. I know you did a First Steps episode on it.
Yep.
I watched the whole thing. Loved it. I've now watched it. I'm nearing completion of the second go around for it because I was into it, and I told my wife that she would definitely be into it. When I finally got her to watch it, we're hooked. And on episode, I think 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, somewhere there. Man. So I enjoyed it so much, I was ready for a second go around.
I love it. I love that you're watching it twice within like a few days.
Oh yeah, it's only been out for a few days at this point.
Yeah, fantastic. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I haven't watched it, you know, twice around just yet. I'm still early on it, but
you might want to. I mean, you get into backstories of characters and things like that, and it's pretty good. Yeah,
I'm excited. We just met Sweet Tooth. Very cool. Yo, tell me, does Axel show up?
There's a little... You see the back of his head, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, here we go. I'm in it, baby. Yeah, we'll report back with you know, our full thoughts as I watch more of it. Very cool. All right, man. This is a quick one. You got anything else? Oh, I got something I want to talk about. I don't know any specifics, but I saw someone beat Elden Ring without taking any damage, and they played it with a tiny saxophone.
I heard about that. Yeah.
I can't even beat it with a controller, so I don't know how this is real life.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
It's crazy.
I got one other little thing on top of all this. So this is a little gamer moment, point and laugh sort of thing. Gamer moment of the week. So there was a Street Fighter 6 tournament that was being streamed live on Twitch. One of the contestants in the tournament forgot to turn off their nude mod for Chun-Li.
There's a nude mod?
I guess so. Yeah. So they broadcast that on Twitch. It's not really supposed to matter whether it was intentional or not. I think the latest I've heard is that the channel's still up because it was completely accidental. Okay. Not really on the channel owner as far as I know. But gotcha. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Was this during like an official tournament or something?
I don't think it was anything huge.
Okay. Oh, because that would be amazing. Interesting. Nude mods, huh? I should have guessed that there were nude mods out there, but you know, do you think it's just Chun-Li, or do you think there's like, you know, Zangief? Is there like a Zangief?
Oh, I don't know. Mod? Not real familiar with Street Fighter series, but I know Chun-Li. Everybody's seen those thighs.
That's true. That is true. One of my favorite cosplays, I think, too. Yeah, this is a whole different show we're getting into.
Favorite cosplay to do, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'll put some screenshots into the side over here. Yeah, don't worry. All right, I think that's everything. I think we've covered every single thing that happened in the video game industry this past week. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. You can find the video version out there on Fruit Lab. You could go there. You could earn pips. It's a brand new cryptocurrency by, you know, just watching videos, uploading videos. It's a great website. Or you can check us out on YouTube. We're at Pop Culture Playground. Full show posted every Monday. If you just want some clips here and there, you can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, or Gaming News Weekly. And then if you just want to listen to the audio version of the show, you're welcome to do that. Go to any podcast provider type in GNW. You'll find us there. Gaming News Weekly, again, every single Monday. And then Full Clip. He's on YouTube as well. GameFAQs, GameFAX. Occasionally on Twitch with his Chun-Li nude mod. Full Clip _FL. And then, yeah, both of us are individually on Fruit Lab posting fun gaming content there. So go check it out. I think that's everything, right? I get everything?
That's everything.
Man, dude, I didn't even have that written down. That's right off the dome.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. We're out of here. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week with more Gaming News Weekly.